Hi parents, I'm making a video today for y'all. I have been trying to brainstorm again using things that we have at home already, and I'm going to show y'all today how to set up a grocery store center somewhere in your home. And I'm going to set this up here. We do not have any little ones living at my home anymore, but I want to show you that even if you don't have little ones, you can still take a space that you have. You guys probably have a more appropriate space than I do, but I'm going to show you that even if you don't, you can come up with your own pop-up grocery store center using things that you're just saving from your recycling or just saving with the purpose of putting together this grocery store. I want to encourage y'all to make it a surprise. Like, I really wish I had thought of this when my kids were little, because they would have loved to wake up in the morning and have their living room, which is the room I'm going to use, their living room area, to have a grocery store set up for them and wake them up in the morning and for them to come in and be like, oh my goodness, like, what is this? And tell them, okay, well, let's eat breakfast, and then you can shop at this grocery store that we've set up. And hopefully a lot of y'all have little grocery shopping carts that y'all can use. If you don't, that's okay. Maybe y'all have a little register that y'all could pull out. Maybe you already have some food that you guys can use in the grocery store, some play food, pretend food, but kids love to use and play with things that are from real packaging. It creates a print-rich environment that helps with their learning, with their language learning, their reading skills. All of that is introduced even when they're really little, to be exposed to the words, to have words all around them, which comes from, in this case, from packaging that I've saved from the recycling. So, and then some things I've created, so I saved like these styrofoam containers. I washed them really well, and I made a package of zucchini. And then I did a steak, and I did some chicken, and then I put some red paper and created like strawberries. I even saved this after I washed it thoroughly. I stuffed it with plastic bags, and this is some frozen chicken strips that I'm gonna put in our center. I cut out circles and put them into the tortilla package. I even saved a lunch meat container, washed it thoroughly, and created some little turkey lunch meat to put in there, to put in our center. I did some cans, which I will tell you, they're gonna be tempted to open these, but I glued paper on to protect their little fingers. Once they pick at this and pull at this or anything like that, it's gotta go in the trash, because then it's gonna become a problem for their little hands. But they will, even if they can only touch this just a few times before you have to toss it or redo it, they will love playing with these real cans, all these real things. I did it with a yogurt container also. I put paper on the top and recreated a yogurt container. So I don't have a lot of stuff. I only have a few things, but I'm totally using what I had. We have construction paper. I keep tissue paper for wrapping gifts, so I have rated all of that stuff. We have limited things that we keep around in case my son, my 8th grader, needs to do like a poster board for school. But you don't need a lot of stuff. You can work from what you have if you just plan ahead. I have been thinking about this for you guys for actually a couple of weeks now. I've been trying to think of things that you could use that some of the things that we do in preschool, and you could do this easily if you would just set some things aside and kind of think it through. But I think you'll have a lot of fun doing it. I had a lot of fun, and I don't even have little ones in the house anymore. I'm so sad that I don't have a little one that can wake up in the morning and be excited to have their living room set up like a grocery store. But like, I've saved boxes and egg cartons. I even saved, this is kind of fun. My 8th grader especially, he's all about the noodles. So I saved the packaging and put it all back together to recreate that. I've even saved like candy packages with their little cardboard inside, sour cream container, recreated like water bottle container. All of these things I've kept and cleaned and saved so that we can use our space. And this is the space that we're going to be using. You can see it's just our living space. No toys, nothing for kids here, but I'm going to show you how even this you could take and transform it into a a grocery pop-up that could surprise your kids, and you could have a lot of fun. Even if it's just for one day, you could have a lot of fun in your grocery pop-up that we're going to create. Okay, back. We have set up our pop-up grocery store. I just want to show you a few things that we did to maybe help inspire some ideas for y'all. We've set this up as our cold foods center, our cold cooler area. Again, we've made a sign keeping with that print-rich environment, exposing children even before some may think it's too soon for them to start reading. Having a print-rich environment for preschoolers is so important to them, and that's what makes this center really great. And also incorporating these same kind of ideas into maybe a kitchen that y'all already have, a play kitchen that you have at your home. You can also incorporate some of these real items in with some of the other items that they have. I'm telling you, they think it's so fun. They love to have those different shapes and textures and containers and just any of that you can add. If you don't want to be this elaborate, but anything you want to incorporate, or turning some of these items into a craft, and using some of these containers to, make construction paper vegetables, and all those different kind of things, or even wrapping the packages and doing all that is great for their motor skills, and they're really good activities, and they're fun for you too. They're fun for adults to do too. So I hope that we have inspired you to look in your recycle box, or to put things aside as you're going through them. And we've set up our living room here for as our little grocery store. I wanted to show you, we don't have a little register at our house, but we've even set up our iPad with the calculator on it as our register, with some receipts and some bags for bagging up their whatever their purchases are. And we've come up with a sign. You can come up with a creative little name for your grocery store. So, and I also want you to consider going through some of the stuff that you already have. I'm thinking of a family that I help. Sometimes I nanny for them, and they have a big deep basket in their living room of toys, and a lot of times the girls, they never really dig down in there. So another idea that I wanted to share with you is to maybe go through some things that you already have. Sometimes you can find treasures buried in baskets in your home like that, like what they have in their living room, and going through there and just reminding your kids what they have, and getting down and playing with them and showing them how to, just some different ideas of how they can use those toys. I worked at a lot of preschool centers where we didn't have a big turnover of toys, and we had to be creative, and sometimes just lining books up on a windowsill was, helped kids to kind of redirect them, and having a different setup of things in your room or in the space can help break up the monotony and just help you to get reacquainted with things that you already have, and that can be exciting while we're all trying to stay home and come up with new ideas, fresh ideas. I hope that this idea has inspired you, and I hope that you guys will try it. And if you do, send pictures and let me know what you're doing, or post and give us ideas on something that maybe you hadn't thought of, and now you've got this fresh idea. This is a time of sharing while we're all getting through the stay-at-home season. But again, thank you for letting me make this video. Thank you for letting me come into your home and share with you, parents, and I hope that you will try some of these ideas.